all the South Africans go as well. So Scotland versus England. Scotland first win at Twickenham in
38 years.
38 years. 38 years.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Here's a great thing about that match. It was at Twickenham, and knowing Eddie Jones and his theatrics and his jokes and everything, he probably thought that it was going to be a walkover once again. I mean, these teams have played each other for as long as we can remember.
Yeah, every year.
And every year, basically, yes. And you look at how sort of like likely they didn't take the game seriously. Owen Farrell, whatever, whoever, Ben Youngs and May, they were there. They had like a strong lineup, but the mentality of the players wasn't there. Scotland dominated England in every department. No negotiations. Even if you comment down below, you say whatever, I will come here and...
I will say the weather played a huge factor. But it's England, so rain is always going to be a thing. So I think England wanted to play with the ball. They wanted to try, but the weather wasn't allowing for it.
But the thing is, no, you can't say that because they were at home. You can't say that. They were at home. They must be accustomed to their own weather.
They can be home, but Mother Nature could be against you.
You've
been at home, and when has Mother been against you? But I agree with you in that element. But so England tried to play a game, and Scotland weren't having it. Scotland were disciplined, and Scotland, to be honest, they wanted to win.
Yes.
Scotland came to fight. I never saw the fight for England to win the game. They kind of just were, we're here, let's try. But Scotland grinded, they were gritty. It was basically a thing on mistakes, so that it's going to be about kicks. One try, forwards that dominated.
The forwards, I was going there. The forwards, man.
And that's how the game was won. By the engine room.
The engine room, basically.
The engine room won it.
And you know what's great? You know what's great about that match is that I think also... I tweeted this after the match. I said, a friend of my enemy is my friend. And Scotland are our friends. There are a couple of South Africans there. Hello. And besides that, England this game, it was for South Africa also. So Scotland, please, just try. Yes, you know what's great? Because it's the opening game of the Six Nations. They're playing at home and they are the reigning champions.
Yeah.
Prior to that, Eddie Jones said, something about... He was not happy with how England played. So I'd like to think that perhaps he predicted that, this might happen, because how they won against all these other opponents that they played against in the pool matches last season, going into this one, you already saw a bit of these guys are losing. However, for him to notice that, what did he do about it?
Nothing.
He brought in everybody that he perhaps can say, he believed in and that thinks that, they can play. Yeah. But they did nothing.
To be honest, Scotland outplayed them. At the end of the day, that was the be-all, end-all of the story. You have to win a rugby game. Scotland won. Eddie Jones has to go back to the drawing board, and we have to see what they do next week.
And it could have been more. It could have been more. 2-3 opportunities, golden opportunities that I thought that the Scotland, if they, Scotland needed a bit of if we just borrowed them like a Cheslin, just pulling the nail there in the coffin, chief. I'm telling you, 2-3 golden opportunities they could have had them. From the opening 5 minutes, Scotland were there.
Yeah,
Scotland were there, bro.
No, Scotland,
they were graphing there, boy.
They came.
It was beautiful to watch.
They literally they came to take no L's. They were 2021 no L City for us.
Let's go.
Another team that's taking no L City was Wales and Ireland. Wales and Ireland. Yeah, Wales won 16-11. But I would have been mad if I was in the Ireland change room, homeboy gets himself a red card.
In 30 minutes into the match.
Now I must run for 67 minutes because this boy wants to be a buffoon.
They're coming to buffoons, eh? They are coming to buffoons,
Leave me. But
that's great though, because look, but Ireland are class, eh?
No. I won't say with 14 men, Ireland actually, if the game was 10 minutes shorter, I would have given Ireland to win, eh? I would have given Ireland to win.
Look, I can't even speak well about Wales because they could have used that extra man to their advantage. They should have. But the winning factor from the Irish side, it took them... I think they probably lost the match just maybe the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half. And it was, at some point it was going to get to that. But
No, for me, I'm positive about Ireland, bro. Like, I think, like Murray and Sexton. Like, for me, to be honest, I think Ireland are going to win the Six Nations.
Another buffoonery.
And watch that prediction. No, because I think Murray and Sexton as the halfback fly-off pairing, they look like they can, as a duo, I think they can take apart teams. Yes, Wales.
They've been there forever though. They tried.
No, it's their time. Leave them 2021.
It's only Six Nations. Because remember you are forgetting one team, France. France, that is the one team that I believe will win the Six Nations.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, that's another team. Their match against Italy, I know Italy, but it's fire. But boys are fire.
No, France
boys
are
fire.
France are fine. Wales also, George North looks like a really strong center. He's been like the top point scorer in Wales for many years. So I'm like, cool. For me, I think it's Ireland. I think that halfback pairing, Earls on the wing, like I think they'll be strong. I think they'll be strong.
Right. Before you move to another talking points, here's a what do you call you're certified? Yes, certified. Tibs, Tibs Island. Tibs Island to win the Six Nations. I tipped France.